Hello everybody, Andy here again. Well, I've been waiting to make this particular vlog for a couple of weeks now. As you may be aware, I've just been featured on the UK front page of YouTube, something that came out of the blue for me. I must admit I'd had a couple of sort of small features in other things before, but nothing to this extent. I happened to wake up on a Sunday morning a couple of weeks ago, logged on to YouTube, and there was my ugly mug staring straight back at me. Unfortunately, they hadn't been able to warn me that this was going to happen. Anyway, the video that they picked, in case you're not aware, was one called Snobbery Vlogging, and the reason apparently was because there was a possible impending general election here in the UK, and they thought it was one of those things that might come into play a little bit, some of the comments that I made in that video. As per usual with all of these sort of things that happens, I didn't think it was one of my better videos. One thing I will say straight away now, borne out by what I was saying in the Snobbery Vlogging and some of the comments that I got, was that particular video has now gone off of their front page. It's only got just under 7,000 views, which for me is a lot, believe me. I mean, that's double anything that I've ever had before, and even that was one of the ones that was sort of mini featured, if you want. Other videos that are on there generally get sort of 20,000 videos. A recent Pippilly's video has got 250,000. So this actually raises up some of these sort of questions about what we're doing here as vloggers, because some of the comments that you get, you get all these trolls and you hear all these stories. From my personal experience, it wasn't actually that bad. Yes, I had some bad comments and I had some stupid comments, but you can ignore them. I just deleted them, or I blocked and deleted them, because I think, well, I'm not going to leave those sort of things up there. Some of the derogatory comments I did leave up there. It's only the ones with the swearing and that were really insulting and stupid things like that that I thought, no, I'm not leaving those up. I don't want that sort of thing. But most of the other ones, though, some of them were very valid. I'm not knocking that, and I even answered some of the comments as well. But one thing that did make me think of is I got 150 odd comments on that particular video, and I was getting lots of emails and messages and all this sort of thing. And it gave me an insight, albeit a very small one, into how some of these bigger YouTubers must be. People like your Zipsters of this world, who do take an interest in what they're doing and do actually answer some of your comments. How on earth do they manage to trawl through all of these comments and the messages that they get every single day? I know Geriatric 1927 has said this, he gets letters and that, and it's become a full-time job. I had enough difficulty keeping up with the minor sort of celebrity type thing, if you want to call it that, which I probably wouldn't, that I experienced over that, especially in the initial couple of 3 days. But anyway, some of the comments, I've written a few things down. One of the first things that people said, this video's too long. It was about 5.5 minutes, and that's a general theme. I say I've learned quite a lot out of it. It's not going to make any difference to how I do my videos. I'm still going to do it exactly the same as what I've always done, and what I want to do. But most people seem to have an attention span of a gnat, and also that if a video is over about 3 minutes, you can forget it for most people. Well, if they haven't got an attention span longer than about 3 minutes or a couple of minutes, I'm not interested anyway. They're not going to be interested in my videos in the first place. But it does wonder why people watch your video and then comment, this was boring, oh, I've just wasted 5 minutes of my life. You can always turn it off. It's like a TV station. I won't be offended. Vloggers are boring is another one that everyone comes up with. Yes, some vloggers are boring, and if you don't like vlogging, it will be boring. It's the same as anything in life, isn't it? If it's not to your taste, you're not going to like it. So look away now, as they say. Go and find something else that you do find interesting. It doesn't matter. That's what we're here for. We're all doing lots of different things. I think I got the impression that I was the first sort of proper vlogger, if you want to call it that, talking about this type of thing that had ever been on the front page. It's something that I've noticed before on sort of the global front page, and certainly on the UK one. They tend to be videos about certain specific things, or different types of things, not normal sort of vlogging as we would call it. So maybe that was the first, and that's probably the reason for the comments, the reason for the lack of views and so I'm not that I'm worried about that. Another one, why did you get featured? How come you got featured and I didn't? What do you know, and all this sort of thing. I don't know. As I said, at the time the first comment come in like that, I had no idea why it was featured. I didn't even know I was going to be featured. It was only afterwards, through emails actually with YouTube, that I found out exactly why, as I said earlier on. But it's just a case of someone spotted it and they thought, oh, this is the type of thing we want to use, or maybe someone recommended it or something like that, and that's the way that it happens. I've learnt that as well. I can't understand you. Now, I've heard this one before, and this is from the UK site. I've had trouble with people across the world before who say I either speak too fast or they can't understand me. Now, as I said before, I think mine's a fairly neutral accent by English standards anyway, but there you go, I can't understand some other people as well, but I don't bother commenting. If I haven't got anything nice to say about a video, I don't bother commenting at all. That doesn't mean that if I haven't commented on your video that I've not found it interesting. Oh, I thought I'd better get that one in quick. One of the good things that I had was laugh out loud, your head looks weird. Yeah, that's great, I love that one. Your head looks weird. Yes, I've got some old photos that I could show you that it does look quite strange in, but we're all made different, aren't we? And are you English? Well, yes, I can assure those people out there that I am English. But as I said, generally it wasn't a bad experience at all. I've learned quite a lot about it from it as well. And the attitudes of other people, as I said, we talked about vlogging, I've talked about vlogging here on YouTube. Lots of people that I subscribe to and who watch my videos know all about vlogging, but it just proves the point that I've made before, is that so many people out there in the wider world, even in the YouTube world, YouTubia, call it what you will, have no idea what vlogging is and what vlogging is about. As I said, I think it's the first time that an ordinary vlogger has been featured in that particular way, and so many of the comments just had not got any idea what it was all about. So that was surprising to me. And from featured I got approximately, I suppose, 80 odd subscribers, new subscribers to me, which once again is great. But then you've always got that that fallback thing where you think, now I wonder how many of these subscribers will stay. And I hope they do, because I'd like to think that they subscribe for the right reasons, not just because, oh, someone's featured, let's click on here and have a look. I know some people have said that they've actually gone back and looked at some of my other videos, which is great. That's really interesting. It's always nice to speak to new people and get your opinions out there to different people, and maybe these people will discover vlogging through me and will find other vloggers as well. I say, how many people will actually stay, I don't really know. But one other thing I would like to say, because at that sort of time I was having conversations. I made a particular video and I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the Honesty the Best Policy video, and I had several email conversations with Pippilly. Now if you're watching Pippilly, I just want to give you a very big thank you, and also a big kiss and a hug for doing a wonderful video. She made a video, if you haven't seen it, it's on her channel. It's in my favourites somewhere as well. Giving me a nice big shout out and getting people to sort of subscribe to me because she liked my videos, and I want to give you a very big thank you for that. No one's ever done anything like that for me, especially here on YouTube, so I want to give you a big thank you for that, and a big shout out for that. And I did actually read one of the comments said, wow, I've never seen anyone do a shout out like that for a fellow YouTuber, so I was very much appreciated of that, and I will never forget that. Thank you very much for doing that. And I did get several subscriptions through that, so anybody from Pippilly's channel is over here, thanks for taking her advice, thanks for being here, and I hope I can only live up to those great expectations that she might have given you. Anyway, maybe that's a lot for me being featured, but now I'm on their radar. But that wasn't a bad experience. I wonder what it's like if you get on the global one. I bet that's a bit scary, because that is a big deal, but you never know. Not that I'm particularly interested in that, but it was a little snapshot into what the sort of YouTube celebrities might feel, only albeit, as I said, in a small way. But that's a little insight for you. Great learning experience for me as well, as YouTube always is. Anyway, thanks for your time. I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye. Hello everybody, Andy here again. Right, take 2.